The president of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has revealed that the federal government recently disbursed 30 billion naira to each of the 36 state governments to tackle the food crisis. He disclosed this during plenary as lawmakers debated necessary measures to prevent the looming famine and make foodstuff affordable for Nigerians. Nigerian citizens are currently grappling with food crises caused by insecurity, ballooning inflation, and the eroding purchasing power of the masses. However, Akpabio claimed that the President Bola Tinubu-led government has provided funds to all the state governments to ensure that food is available across the country. Now, to discuss this, I'm being joined by Aisha Yesufu, and she is an active Nigerian citizen. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining me, Aisha.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so this actually seems to be news to a lot of people, the disbursement of 30 billion naira extra to tackle food crisis. And so many questions are being asked. When exactly did this happen? When did the disbursement happen? And why are we just finding out about it?
And I think also another question that needs to be asked is that, is it just the usual printing of money, another set money being printed and just dumped in the economy? These are some of the things that have led to the inflation that we have currently today. But let's not also forget that what 30 billion naira can buy, the food items that it can buy today, it's probably what 15 billion or even less would have bought maybe 6 months ago. So you have this money out there, but how far can they go? And one thing that's really quite important is that people want disposable income. People want to be able to earn money. And so what is the government also doing for there to bring in programs where people are earning money? What are the capital things that they're doing for people to be able to have access to money and be able to take care of themselves? But of course, like all this issue of money is being shared, it's always what we do in our country here, where there's always that go to Abuja, collect money, come back home, and you find out that even most governors are not thinking, they don't think about how is it that they're going to help their own economy beyond just going to Abuja to collect allocation.
All right, just, just linking to what you just said lastly, that most of the governors don't even, think about how they're going to move the economy. Does this actually define the transparency level of the government? Do you think this government is transparent at all and accountable?
Absolutely not. It hasn't shown any transparency and accountability. And the fact that now, I think one of the things that the federal government is trying to do is to say, oh, this is not our problem. And that's what they have done with this particular government, as far as I'm concerned, which is an illegitimate government anyways, that, oh, it's not our problem, it's other people's problem. It's either opposition that is doing it now, we've given governors money, but let's not forget they take 60% of whatever it's earned. The local government and the state government just have to share the remaining part of it. So just giving up this money, it's not enough. People want to go to the farms to be able to farm and be able to earn money. We have a lot of our farmers that have been displaced. A good number of them have been killed. Some are in IDP camps. Some have had to leave their places, and they're not going to farm. And that is directly affecting us. What is the federal government doing about the security of the state? Let's not forget that security is solely in the hands of the federal government. So what is being done to secure lives, to ensure that citizens are able to go to their farms, those who farm, and be able to have food for everyone? There are other things that have to be tackled. There are policies that are biting. It's not just to give a 30 billion because it's depreciating. You give out the 30 billion, what is it that you're going to earn with it? What are you going to buy with it? These are some of the things that need to be done. So there are fiscal policies that need to be done, and also monetary policies. And this is where the federal government comes in, and they need to do more, not just to shift, responsibility. And so we've given them so amount, so go off to them. Don't come to us. Don't complain to us. That's not the way it should go.
Well, most of the fiscal and monetary policies don't seem to be effective. But then Akpabio has actually come out to blame opposition for sponsoring protests, and also blamed them for being responsible for forex scarcity and, other things. Now, what does this say about our leaders? Would you say that they're detached from reality? In fact, the fact that they don't even have an idea that the masses are in hunger, the masses are actually suffering, and that is the reason why they are protesting and not being sponsored to do so?
Well, I think the first thing I would like to say is that excuses are like shoes, and you always find the one that fits. So if you're looking for an excuse, you'll find it. There are 1,000,001 that can fit whatever situation that you want to make excuse for. And another thing also is the fact that we have rulers. They are not even leaders. They are rulers who don't take responsibility. And unfortunately, because there's so much of a state capture, legislative capture, judicial capture, media capture, and so there are some people who think they own the country and they will do what they want to do, irrespective of whether there are citizens or no citizens. And during election is when there are consequences. And most of them, they've perfected the act of rigging election and favoring themselves, even when citizens don't want that. So that's why they will make this kind of reckless statements and get away with it. The thing is that there is hunger in the land, and opposition doesn't need to cause hunger. It's not the one causing hunger. It's the policies of the government that has caused this hunger and the hardship that it's on ground. To come and be blaming opposition when people are hungry, they're on the street telling you that they can't feed. It's rascality of the highest order, if I may use that word. And of course, one of the things also that I would like to say to them, if you're supposedly in government, you have the machineries of the state, you have the state resources, and you're not able to solve problems. There's somebody in opposition, like you say, is causing the problem, then probably you don't have business being in office.
All right. Thank you so much, Aisha Yesufu, for joining me at this time. I really wish we could actually discuss more on this. But
thank you for having me.
We appreciate you for your time.
Thank you.